Good afternoon, Wildcats. I'm Caroline Anderson.
And I'm Nathan Raju, and you're watching WCAT Weekly News.
We are back from spring break, and wow, did it fly by.
I know, I can't believe we're back already. Caroline, where did you go for spring break?
I went up to Deer Valley, where I got to ski with my family. Where did you go, Nitin?
I went down to Miami, where it was very hot. Speaking of spring break, the Westminster Ensemble took their annual European tour to Germany.
Let's check in with Tony, who caught up with some Wildcats on the trip.
The Westminster Ensemble recently got back from their trip to Germany over spring break, where they performed many songs, including The Battle of Jericho by Moses Hogan and The Choir Invisible by Dr. Walters. I talked to a couple Wildcats so they could tell us about their experience in Germany.
My favorite thing about my experience in Germany was going to the last church, St. Mary's Church. That was really special because Mac and Whack were able to perform outside and then welcome everybody inside. And that was our biggest crowd of the whole week. And that was just a special moment singing all those songs. I had a solo on our Mac piece inside, and that was amazing.
I think my favorite part of the trip was our performance in the Berlin Cathedral, or the Berliner Dome. The space is just absolutely beautiful. It has these amazing ceilings, decorated organs, and all of that. And so it was just what I felt was the crowning piece of the entire trip.
I gotta say, similar to Campbell, my favorite cathedral / church that we sung in was the Berliner Dome. It's really special to see another country appreciate our music. And we sounded really good in there. The acoustics were amazing, so that was my favorite part.
The best part of the trip, honestly, for me was the farewell dinner. It was really good to have a chance to say bye to the seniors, even though we're gonna see them for the next few months. It'll still be weird not being able to sing with them next year.
Now, let's hear from senior Emma Grace Rowe.
It was so fun. The Westminster Ensemble went to Germany over spring break. First we went to Leipzig, we had a day trip in Dresden, and then we went to Berlin. My favorite part was probably exploring Berlin on segways with my friends and going up the TV tower.
Wow, it was really interesting how the ensemble got to sing at the Berlin Cathedral and cherish some last-minute memories with the seniors. Now let's get back to the studio.
Thanks, guys. Course registration is heating up, and let's hear about the course elective fair that was on Monday from Kate Barton and Lily Nestopoulos.
Hey cats, it's Kate and Lily. And in case you missed the elective fair this week, here's what happened on Spadio.
Hi, I'm Miss Jordan Dabb. I teach Latin here at Westminster, and I teach the elective honors class. It's for seniors only, and you have to have taken Latin already to be in it. But it's really cool. It's a project-based learning class, which means there's very limited homework, if any at all. And I know that seniors go through a lot for AP, and so this is a little bit more low-key, which I know a lot of seniors appreciate.
Choral music's a place where we get together and form community and just explore, obviously our singing voices, but also just sort of what it means to make, art in a collective environment. I think what we do is pretty awesome. And AP Music Theory is a class that we take kind of to learn the learning blocks, the tools, the language of what it is to compose music and what it is to know about composing in the style of some of the quote-unquote masters, Johann Sebastian Bach in particular.
Okay, so here we have our calculus and other math electives. So these are the post-calculus classes. There's multivariable calculus and honors math seminar. And then AP Statistics, you have a lot more routes into that class. That involves a lot more reading and writing than you would do in a typical math class. And then over here, there's Statistics and Calculus, which are semester classes, which are great as well.
Hey, we're out here at the computer science table talking about cybersecurity, a new class coming up next year, one semester. I hated cybersecurity, but did the Jan term. It's pretty awesome. Now it's a class. Take a look.
So we're here at the elective course fair. I'm Mr. Steele, art department chair, and we've got lots of great options for students to sign up for.
We have photography, graphic design 1 and 2. We have Canvas Scroll project, the concept album project here. And to my left here is Ms. Martinez.
Yes, I teach drawing and painting, and we have a bunch of projects here that I think anyone on this campus would really have fun doing. So I hope you join us.
And closing it out, we got some sculptures right here that were made in the VR lab with a program called Medium, and then 3D printed. So a lot of great options that, along with ceramics in the 3D program. So come check us out.
So we have 3 different electives here. The first one is theater arts. You do all kinds of fun stuff like directing, playwriting, design, acting. We also have some public speaking classes where you do interviews, media training. You watch and evaluate some speeches, learn about rhetorical devices. We also have filmmaking. And the filmmaking, you do stuff like editing, video stuff. You can create a narrative film, a documentary film. Come take some electives.
Wow, there are so many great options. How am I going to pick?
I have no idea.
Make sure to go check out the course catalog for more information and get ready to sign up for classes.
Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Kate and Lily. It was great to learn about some of the fun electives for next year. Also, make sure you check out City Studies, Food and Security, and AP Physics C.
There are many opportunities to lead and to serve at Westminster. Some of these opportunities are positional, the captain of a team, for instance. Some of the opportunities have no title, but nonetheless demand initiative, persistence, and the ability to work with others. As you consider your talents and willingness to serve the school, consider applying to one of the councils or one of the Fellows programs for next year. The Fellows programs include Innovation, Civil Dialogue, Civic Engagement, and Writing Fellows. Those applications open before spring break and are due this Friday. Independent study proposals are also due this Friday. These positions include academic coursework and credit. The leadership councils, including Honor, Discipline, Social Change Leadership, and Christian Leadership, opened their applications earlier this week, and they are due on Monday. If you have questions, talk with some of the students currently holding those positions or to the faculty advisor. You can find these applications on the list of current students in WCAT Update or your email.
Hi, I'm Tulsi, and I'm a senior, and I came for the Civil Dialogue discussion about the qualifications to be president. And I really enjoyed the discussion because I thought it was very well structured. I liked that it wasn't like too strict of like questions, and you can kind of just go with what you felt the most passionate about. I liked how open it was and how you were paired with people in different grades and different backgrounds, and so you were able to get a wide range of perspectives. And so overall, it was a really interesting experience, and I'd love to try one again.
My name's Maddie. I'm a senior. I came for the dialogue on Title IX and for the one about kind of the qualifications to be president. And something I really enjoy about civil dialogue is how it's like faculty and staff. So at my table last time about the presidential requirements, I had really interesting conversation with both of the teachers that were at the table. And I found that like people are more invested in different issues based on what they do like in their normal life. For example, for the Title IX discussion, I found that like I wasn't super initially invested just because I don't play sports to the same degree as a lot of my peers, and so having to like shift my perspective and kind of consider other people's experiences with like competing and sports and how Title IX relates to that was really interesting.
Another fun event on campus was the opening of the Innovation Fair. Let's toss to Alex Carr and David DeCesare with more.
So my 39th graders took a soliloquy from Macbeth and then turned it into their own blackout poem where they illustrated pieces of it, pulled some words to make their own poetic creation, and there we have it.
What was your inspiration for your artwork?
Well, so he murdered someone, not cool, but you know, in the story, at least in that paragraph that I had to work with, it talks about a dagger, it talks about murder. I formed all of them together with a knife that I used as my illustration to make just the fact of murder, you know?
Wow, Alex, great to see all these different types of projects we had at the cohort today.
Yeah, it was great to see a lot of students come in and support their fellow peers. And now that we're done over here, we'll head back to the studio.
That seems like a really cool experience. A reminder to all teachers, you and your students are invited.
Let's hear more about how sports are going with Kate Lockerman and Alex Magruder.
Thanks, y'all. Congrats to senior Phillips Moore as he was named the 2024 Nike Indoor National Champion of the boys weight throw over the weekend. After his 23.92 meter throw in New York, he's now ranked first for all high school throwers in the country.
Speaking of track, the boys and girls teams hosted Blessed Trinity and St. Pius yesterday. Let's head over to the track for the results.
We just finished the track and field meet. Boys and girls both won.
We're looking forward to Saturday Invitational at Lakewood High School. Today, some amazing performance from Madison Townsend, who won pole vault. I qualified for FSU for the Invitational 32, and all around just a lot of PRs like Ethan Mattingly with the 23:01. He'll get his sub 23 eventually in the 200.
Both teams will be competing in the Christian Coleman Invitational on Saturday at Westlake High School.
Today, the boys soccer team is hosting Clarkston at 8 p.m. to kick off the Bob Sims tournament. They're taking the field again tomorrow against Fort Payne and Baylor at home. Now let's go to a special report with WCAT alum Riley Sager.
It's great to be back, straight off the plane from Vegas, covering the Women's Pac-12 tournament for basketball. I'm here with soccer captain Campbell Henn. Campbell, you have the Bob Sims tournament this weekend. Tell us about it.
So the Bob Sims tournament is an annual tournament that we do here at Westminster. This year we're playing Clarkston on Thursday at 8 p.m. And then we have two more teams, Fort Payne from Alabama. They were like 7A state champions last year. And then we have Baylor from Tennessee.
And where are you guys at this point in the season, and what does this tournament mean for the whole season?
So we're about halfway through with our season. We played a few good games. We have one tie and one loss so far this season, and a solid amount of wins. This is one of our toughest region games, Thursday at 8 against Clarkston. And so we're excited to play that and hopefully set us up well for the state championships.
And who should Wildcat fans be looking out for?
Hopefully myself. I'll also throw Will Stewart, Tamain Agbe, and Sam Weiler in there. They're always looking to get a goal.
Thanks, Campbell. Back to you.
Thanks, Riley. The girls' soccer team is also in action this weekend with a game at Clarkston tomorrow night. They had a great game on Tuesday, tying West Forsyth 4-4. They'll be back on their home turf Saturday at noon to host the North Atlanta Warriors.
The girls lacrosse team is headed to Mountain Brook on Saturday to play the Spartans. While they're in Alabama, the boys team is headed to Allatoona to face off against Centennial. Last night, the boys drove down the street to North Atlanta to play against the Warriors.
The girls and boys tennis teams are on the road again this weekend at Atlanta Athletic Club for a mixed doubles tournament. On Tuesday, both teams traveled to and took down North Oconee. The girls won 5-0 and the boys 4-1.
The varsity baseball team will be taking on the Stevenson Jaguars later today in a doubleheader at home starting at 5:30 p.m. The Backhats will be back in action on Saturday at home when they'll take on Landmark Christian at 1 p.m.
That's all for this week. Go Cats. Back to y'all.
Thanks, guys. Wishing all the Cats competing the best of luck with their upcoming games. I'm Nathan Raju.
And I'm Caroline Anderson. Thank you for watching and see you next week on WCAT Weekly News.